All right, Darius Aggro. There's some different variations of this running around on the ladder. Darius, the kind of best top-end aggressive champ in the game, I think. 6-5 Overwhelm for 6 to start. That levels when the enemy Nexus has 10 or less health and turns into a 10-6 with Overwhelm. So once he levels, he kills very quickly. Again, Overwhelm is better than Trample is in Magic in this game because blocking is only 1-1. Hey, thanks for the 15 months, Gladriel. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Our mostly noxious aggressive deck has a small splash for Harrowing here at our top end, which gives us a big burst finish if our opponent's able to stabilize a little bit and interact with a lot of our stuff. So this revives the 6 strongest allies that died this game and grants them ephemeral. So usually this is enough to finish people off. Thanks for the 2 months, Lacey Dog. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying the Discord. Thanks for keeping me around, making it possible. Another Shadow Isles card we have Splash here that some people are talking about in chat. Some of these builds play Draven as their second champion. We're playing Elise here. I don't really have a strong opinion on what's better, Draven or Elise. Like I said, just playing a deck that someone has submitted. The rest of the deck is good, cheap, aggressive threats like Legion Saboteur, Precious Pet, things like Crimson Disciple, powerful combat tricks like Transfusion, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and jump on in here with the Heimer VI deck. We floated back and forth around Plat 2 and Plat 1. We basically lost a game for everyone we won. Let's see if we can finally punch through with Darius Aggro. How does Harrowing work if you don't have empty bench? That's a good question. Anybody know? Strongest is highest power, then toughness, then CMC. Swain and Ezreal. I'm attacking on odds, so I think I'm supposed to mulligan all of these non-1s to look for a 1. I'm going to keep the 3.
Explosives prime.
Basically exactly what we're looking for here. Oh no, chat! I have the pleb board and all my pleb emotes. What a mistake.
Come closer.
Make a note here to update the cosmetics. Basically just can't win all of our pay to win cosmetics here. Not present. Now they think we're poor, exactly. How are they supposed to know I deserve to win because my wallet is bigger? Playing off meta emotes is an auto loss. See, you get it. I understand. Coming in hot!
Let me show you what I can do.
I'm probably opening on attacks, right?
You.
Am I using Transfusion to try and save this? I think yes is the answer. Depends on what they do here.
Not done yet.
Loyalty through conquest. I'll handle this myself.
I think I'm supposed to play out the pets now. Or do I just decimate so I can Darius level? It could be right to do both, honestly. It could have been right to save the ballista, that's true, and leave them there for 3. I would have ended up hitting them for 6 there. They'd be at 2. The fact that Harrowing doesn't show you... The fact that Harrowing doesn't show you what you're getting is a little frustrating. It shows you with the eye before you put on the stack, sure. Okay, so this is gonna kill my bench next turn, but we're gonna plan to kill them with Harrowing the turn after.
Know your place.
Oh, this hurts.
Leave them nothing.
So when this hits me, it deals 3 to my Nexus, to all my things and the Nexus. Sure.
I will break them.
They're not playing Deny colors, and their colors don't really have life gain either, right? So good chance this is lethal. Harrowing is very good. It's very, very good. I wish we could fizz emote too, chat. At least I have a calculating emote. Just have all these pleb emotes. No, I don't, Missilehead. That was something I said in the opener as well. Hmm.
I love a taste of
We can fix our biggest punt here and fix our game board and stuff.
Was it?
The pirate music. That is part of the game board. So it's the Slaughter Docs music. Yeah, having played a lot of Runeterra, I think this deck that we're currently playing is the best deck in the game right now. If this isn't a headline for 2019, I don't know what is. This just in, more than 40 South Bay school principals are in quarantine after being exposed to COVID-19 during an in-person meeting that was planning to reopen the schools. If that's not just peak 2020, like, Maybe you shouldn't be planning to reopen the schools, idiots. Maybe that's not a good idea.
Everything's in place.
Oh yeah, Twitter links are great. There we go.
Flavor and spice.
Yeah, I think the Deep's a great deck. California. Let's say Santa Carla County.
Death doesn't scare me.
Ugh.
Not done yet.
Drawing double Harrowing's a little awkward.
I'm what nightmares fear.
A delicious challenge.
Debit.
I think the best tweet I saw summarizing Trump wearing a mask was the health and safety of tons of people literally depends on whether or not a sociopath gets enough praise for publicly wearing a mask. Because almost assuredly his
Fresh out of murder.
will he continue to do. Am I blocking this? I feel like this is a gain 4, right? I think we're just like hanging out to try and get them with Darius at this point. Is basically the plan.
Oh, I can't.
That's actually pretty good against Misfortune. Yeah, I'm up. Some people are wearing masks out only because he wore one. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's why it is important for him to have finally done what he should have done months ago in March, which is encourage his base to wear a mask instead of continuing to stoke, you know, fear about them.
I'll handle this myself. This won't be your
I'm just gonna get this killed, right? And we're gonna Harrow next turn and kill them? I think that's the plan, right?
Love ya.
I'm like not casting this because I want the spell mana.
cooking. Feel the sizzle.
My gun.
Can't fight stomach.
If mask wearing being politicized was weird to you, you haven't been paying attention to the GOP for the last decade. I tweeted this out yesterday, but how the GOP has responded to COVID is a preview of how their political party is going to handle climate change as that starts causing more issues as we go forward. The same group of people who have been denying climate change is real and exists, being the same ones that ignored science during a pandemic, was painfully predictable.
One banner, one destiny.
I don't know if this is lethal, but we're gonna find out. Probably is.
Stay back.
Taste the glory.
That's for the eye to decide, right? I thinks they're dead. And the eye even updates as they change their blockers here. So they're at -2 with these blocks. Does that do it? -1. Do you have another trick?
We have done well.
It's facial freedom. Bez MTG, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. While I might not understand the colorful game in front of me, I want you to know that my $5 represents the ongoing support of your blocking everyone annoying on Magic Twitter. God bless. So what Republicans gain from making masks a political issue is they create a culture of victimhood among their followers, which allows them to feel more ingrained in their cult-like following. The Republican Party in the United States only survives at this point by developing a cult-like following and maintaining it.
Explosives primed. You'll never see it coming. Damn it!
Rolling coal is the act of modifying vehicles to spew large amounts of exhaust in a form of anti-environmentalism. That's kind of disgusting.
I know what lies in the shadows. My little dear.
They're out there. I'll spot them.
Oh, this got hit with that. It's annoying. I think I'm just demolitionist here.
For the Empire. For the glory of Noxus.
This is probably a matchup where Harrowing is super important. Maybe I should have kept my Darius as well. Darius seems like it's probably very good here, especially paired with Harrowing.
Light the signal fires.
Harrowing seems like the get out of jail free card in this deck. Okay.
Let us get going.
We ride for Noxus!
Harrowing is our Ember Cleave. Yes. Yep. It's an apt comparison, I think.
Good luck. Have fun.
We should be friends!
So this makes a 3/3 the first time he connects.
It is easy, see? Viking!
Okay, so I'm going to attack with this and then decimate, and then next turn I can bank spell mana and then Harrowing on my following turn.
What will you have?
A mug of your warmest milk, my friend.
Isn't Harrowing Rally of the Ancestors? Kind of, except it's better in this game because everything in this game has haste basically, because your things get to attack right away. So it makes it a good bit better than it otherwise would be.
My talons are frost, my wings the bitter winds.
And Brom is your wingman. We fight. Good luck. Have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
One's on the house.
Sure about that?
This is actually a great draw because it adds 2 damage to each of my Harrowings. So this trigger is going to kill my stuff anyway, so these are free blocks because they're all going to die.
A world in perfect stillness.
Noxus lives on.
Beauty, Empire.
Bank our spell mana here. So we have 7 total mana, but we've got 3 spell mana, so we can Harrowing. Double Harrowing might get us there.
What will you have?
A mug of your warmest milk, my friend. Ride for Noxus.
So, Elise makes a spider, but there's no room for it. They're guaranteed taking at least 3 here because of this trigger plus this. Hopefully they take a little bit extra from Overwhelm here as well.
I've carved meat bigger than you.
Yeah, Braum is Challenger. I didn't pick what was blocking Braum. Harrowing is the math for blockers incarnate. Yeah, basically.
Let's talk about your dad.
They're currently dying with these blocks, so I assume those aren't final. Good. Whale is tough. Like we said, this matchup is hard. Our second Harrowing might get there next turn. We'll see if they open on attacks or not. That's actually a great draw.
I bring the storm. Endless cold, endless peace.
I pull the strings.
Thanks, Clap. Get a little shoulders action in there. One could argue I was a master at baiting, chat. Oh, right. The things that died from the previous Harrowing count as other things for the Harrowing, so your best things double up when you play the next Harrowing. So we get 2 of these and 2 of these. It's not like a paper game like Magic where you keep reviving the same instances of them. Run him down!
Hush now.
Help is on the way.
I will endure.
Will you though, Anivia? Will you?
Meat bigger than you.
Will you endure? Probably bad to attack with the 3 runs. Why?
All it took.
Please explain. Alright, chat. I would like 3 or 4 more here. Get to pull ourselves up into the next rank. What's the next rank? I have no idea. I stopped at Plat last season. Oh, we can hold back the 3 ones to get spiders? Yeah, I think that's fine, though. Someone will probably tell me that keeping my Grenadiers is wrong. I don't want to be right. If you're going to tell me I'm wrong, I have no desire to be right. You think keeping these are wrong? He's coming for you. He'll let you know it. Oh! Oh no, I shrunk the window. Dear Riot, please give me a static window size. Thank you.
Who's gonna get in my way?
Routes closed.
Roxas lives on.
We're attacking on evens here as well, so we'll be able to line these up to start happening on turn 6, which is great. Keep my pants on. You're not my dad. You can't tell me how to live my life.
Fuse is lit.
Fuse is lit.
Take heart. Victory at any cost. I'm rich.
Oh, you know what? I should have played this out, right? I was thinking I wanted to use this to kill this, but that's wrong. I should just keep pushing their face, right? Yeah, that's wrong. I just missed 3 points of damage. I don't think I killed Brom here.
Oh, I can't wait.
They did buff Brom. They gave him a point of power, and they made it so he deals damage the first time. Or he makes a thing the first time he survives damage. So I want to end this turn with 3... I want to end this turn with 3 spell mana so I can Harrowing next turn. Could have fervored the Grenadier into the Nexus to prevent the Poro. That's a really good thought. I think you're right that I should have done that.
Explosives primed.
Let's go our friends then. We should be friends.
Come here, darling. Let's see what you can do.
Definitely mismanaged these couple of turns here. That's fine. We got double Harrowing, so we got double Harrowing and we're at 17, so it probably doesn't matter.
For the Empire. For the glory of Noxus.
It's worth pointing out mistakes that I made, even if they don't cost us the game, though. Just to make my position abundantly clear, just because I make a mistake, if we still win the game, it's still worth pointing out what I should have done differently and why.
I can't wait.
Is there any reason to attack in here? I think I just pass, right? Because next turn, this will make 6 Grenadiers, right? It's like pass, take 6. I don't want to deal damage to this and then die by mistake next turn. I guess a lot of their board trades. Oh, I can't cast it next turn. That's true. I don't want to take 2. Alright, yeah, I'll attack with the 3 ones, I guess. Although this is bad if they have a pump spell.
Stand behind Brom.
Come here, darling.
They're gonna, like, transfusion this and make me sad. Yeah, I think attacking with just these was wrong. I think if I'm attacking, it's supposed to be with everything or nothing. I'm not dying next turn. Alright, you're gonna get a 10-minute break if we do. Hope you're a gambling person. Yeah, see? Yeah, I should have attacked everything. This is wrong.
Run while you can.
So they have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're literally dead. We're literally dead to the +4 here now. If they have Fury, we're dead.
My glory.
super, super dead, right? Just dead, not close.
Good luck. Have fun.
Look what you did.
Look how we have grown.
We were dead either way. I like the record to reflect we were dead either way.
By a thread.
We were in fact dead either way. Man, Vladimir hits really hard, huh? That's a lot of damages, chat. A lot of damages. Draven, Darian, Sajani. I'm supposed to mulligan at least one of these, right? Am I supposed to mulligan both? I think I'm gonna keep one. I'm attacking on even, so like keeping a 2 into a 4 is pretty good. Favorite Runeterra deck to try. I'm a big fan of both Luck Shen midrange and Frostbite midrange. My favorites page on my website, I actually have been tagging Runeterra decks that I find extra exceptional in there too. So the favorites tab is a mix of Magic and Runeterra. So if you want to flip back through some of the ones that were extra good highlights to me, you can do that there. Just like you do for Magic.
Let me show you what I can do.
And as always, deck codes and deck links for the decks that I play are under the YouTube videos as well. Why the Jinx Bard, not Pirates? Because variety is the spice of life.
Oh, I can't wait.
Got axes need fixing.
The Runeterra add-on actually does not work on mobile, which is a little annoying. I think I just take this hit. We're racing, right? Especially with these.
We ride for Noxus.
Nailed it. Drew the Shadow Isles card. Triggered Basilisk Riders. This gets bigger if the top card of our deck is another Noxious card.
Look what you did.
Try me.
This is a good exchange for them. Probably see Draven eat my 2-3, so they're going to take 3-7 down to 9 here. 9's a really good number for them to be at because it means double decimate isn't lethal, and we're going to 11. Probably chumping Draven this turn. Here's a fun question for the Magic players, the people that play both games. Is Decimate the closest thing to a 1-to-1 cost Magic spell to Runeterra spell?
Nothing but Noxian might.
Because Lava Axe is 5 mana, 5 damage in Magic. This is 5 mana, 4 damage in Runeterra. I think it's the closest thing we get to a 1-to-1.
Delicious.
Mystic Shot and Shock? Sure. Oh, Rummage is Careful Study. Rummage is Careful Study. No, it's not, because Careful Study you draw first. If I block here, they could double Draven Axe it, but if I don't block and they Draven Axe it, I could just die, so I think I have to block. Sack a creature, draw trigger, both 2 mana. Okay, that's a good one. Actually, that's not a direct comparison anymore, right? Because sack a creature, draw 2 now costs 1 in Magic with the latest set, Village Rites. That's really good. So they're gonna double axe this, trade. I'm gonna go down to 5. They are down to 1 card in their hand though, so that's nice. But they still have Draven. Nah, I think with double Decimate in my hand, that block is fine.
Pull the string.
I think if I didn't have a bunch of reach, it would be different.
Ride on!
Feel dead. Feels dead.
I'll try anyone once.
So I'm gonna get trampled for 3.
I love a taste of the action.
Open attacks.
That's no way to treat your
This is
queen.
one of the things too, like I said, this has felt like one of the toughest decks to play against on the ladder too, this deck that we're playing, the Darius Aggro deck, and playing the decks that you find hard to beat can often give you insights into ways that they trip themselves up or fall flat on occasion, especially because you're not going to win every game you play, right, too, so you're going to get a feel for why they're probably reasonable or not. Easy mulligans on the slower cards. We really haven't had any good Crimson Disciple transfusion draws yet in this set.
They're out there. I'll spot them. Fuse is lit! For the homestead!
I think I'm actually going to trade these here and then open on attacks for 3 next turn.
Got something for 'em?
What will you have?
Yep.
There's nothing to fear.
Cavern Keeper's real good against aggro. We played this matchup earlier. We managed to sneak it out by drawing a couple of Harrowings, but this is probably one of the harder matchups for us.
Rum is on the job.
Alert the kitchen. We'll need more food.
Feels like we're dead here.
Remember the objectives. The few for the many.
Can still peel some Harrowings, I suppose.
First we fight. We should be friends.
Bank some spell mana for a Decimate. Alright, got some reach here. Maybe these transfusions paired with Darius can pull this out next turn. Well, so much for transfusions, I suppose. Why start the Decimate? Why shouldn't I start the Decimate? See if they open attacks here or not.
My talons are frost, my wings the bitter winds.
Rome, they will bleed for Noxus. Mine is the hand of Noxus.
Your command, General Darius.
Okay, if they don't have...
Have fun.
If they don't have Vengeance, we could be okay here. They're gonna get to kill this with the Anivia trigger, but then I get to play Elise out, and then I have double transfusion up.
I will be reborn.
So, couple of live draws here. Like that. That's a pretty live draw, because they're likely not killing us in combat next turn. So we're hoping we need to dodge. We need to dodge the Vengeance as well as whatever her spell is called, Harsh Winds.
Lady Elise, where are you?
Hush now.
Let's talk about your attack.
He's very angry, chat. I think we're killing Braum, right? I don't know that we're winning the game, but I think we have to kill Braum here. If we find a Harrowing, we might be okay. They're still 3 turns off of getting their Anivia back. That's a great pickup. It means another Decimate could be lethal next turn.
Tell the one about your door again.
I'm gonna do this in response now, so they have fewer chances to draw like a Vile Feast to kill my spider. That's good, Hippity.
Another round.
Egg aggro.
See the Devastian border from here.
Alright, so Harrowing and Decimate are the live ones from here. With Decimate obviously being the better of the two. I'm gonna have to finish the climb to Diamond off stream, aren't I? I climbed from Plat 3 to the bottom to Plat 1 off stream with Bannerman last night. Looks real good. The deep. I feel like this matchup's probably hard. It probably depends on how the deep deck's constructed. I think the deep decks can definitely be constructed in a way that makes them pretty good in this matchup. Okay, I mean, playing against a deck that has a lot of removal in it, Harrowing's a good one to have in the bank. We are notably attacking on odds, though. Eat that trash! This is a fantastic draw to pair with Demolitionist here. We haven't had any good Crimson Disciple Demolitionist draws yet today.
Let me show you what I can do.
Let me show you what I can do.
For the Empire.
Yeah, that's fair. If my opponent had nothing, I technically had draws on their turn. We should probably play one more turn to see what happens.
Rust 'em.
So if these hit Alliance, we should be in a pretty good spot. We need to do this on their turn into this attack next turn. So opponents, people that haven't seen the deep mechanic before, their units get better and extra effects when they have 15 or fewer cards in their deck. So things like Dredger, those cards that are flipping up on screen, they're self-milling. So opponent's down to 20 cards in their deck now.
Nothing but Noxian might!
Strike at their foundations.
Rescue Wiggle!
Warping Whale's gonna suck. That's fine. We'll get to Darius next turn. And then we could actually Darius into Harrowing, which is not terrible. Those are nice. I could do these into Harrowing now.
Come!
They're in the deep, so playing Darius here could potentially be bad. But the way combat resolves left to right, there's a good chance this levels. I also have Noxian Fever to level it. So I get to Fever, hit this, hit you, and then Darius is going to live, because this checks if it has more health on resolution as well. So that no longer impacts him.
Rust 'em.
So see, that's still dead. I think they're dead no matter how they slice this. Let's find out. The first hit levels Darius. Yep. Yeah, the fact that the opponent didn't see any Warping Whales there was a big deal. been like all day, just rubber banding back and forth between Plat 1 and Plat 2. Need to try and hit a streak. Wow, the Ubisoft game announcement right now has peaked at 2 million concurrent viewers. That's absurd. Esports chat, esports. Think I mulligan these, even though they could be a little bit more controlling. Ubisoft is announcing some first-person shooter today, if I recall correctly.
Come closer. I don't bite.
Yeah, Curb's great now. We mulliganed into really fantastic hits here.
So young.
To be fair, Marty, I don't know that Wizards was telling us they were a top 5 esports company so much as they were trying to tell their potential investors that they're an esports company. I think is more accurately what happened there. Esports is basically a buzzword that was thrown around to try and get people to invest their seed money. Man, these Harrowings are gonna be real good, huh?
What's that you got there?
Just borrow it.
By my hand will Noxus rise.
I pull the strings.
Leave them nothing.
You don't need to tell your players you're a top 5 esports company if you are one. Yep. Is it crazy to Harrowing here? That's a Darius. Is it crazy to just Harrowing? What am I getting back if I do? It's not very good, is it? I also feel like this game's getting away from me, though. Like, if I do this turn, the next turn, it'll summon 2 6/4s, which is nice. Like, this one would summon 2 6/4s on my next attack cycle. Like, I could do this turn, Darius on their next turn, and then this the turn after. Although, I guess if I Darius, I'll bank 1, and then, yeah, that works. Yeah, you can check the eye while it's on before you click OK to see what it's gonna get. I think I'm gonna Harrowing. I'm gonna Harrowing, attack, and then next turn we can Darius bank a spell mana, and then Harrowing again on our following turn.
Suffer long. Hush now.
I mean,
Dare oppose.
do you think playing Darius folds less to Swain? They have a Swain regardless of what we do, and the fact that they had a Thermo Beam there makes my line much better, right? Like, if I just play Darius out and they Thermo Beam me, I get slaughtered, right? So this hits me, and they get to do this. Oh, they're also just dead to Decimate. Do they have any life gain? They're probably just dead, right? Why Elise instead of Draven? Because the person that sent me the deck list and paid me to play it submitted it with Elise. We're attacking on odds. How long am I supposed to play deck for? Usually I play decks for around an hour or so. Hour to hour and a half. I have a two game minimum. I think I'm full mulliganing looking for 1s and 3s since I'm on attacking on odds.
I have my orders.
And it's not amazing, but fine.
This'll shake 'em. Damn it.
People who have played this archetype more than me, do you like trading with Hawks aggressively like that or no? Alright, it's a decent pickup.
Let me show you what I can do.
Took the bait.
My little dear.
Am I supposed to trade my 2 1s on 1 for Omen Hawks? Or am I supposed to wait?
Carve a path. Nothing but Noxian might.
It can't be.
Huh.
I'm through waiting. Get ready, girl.
Feels like I'm just dead if I'm blocking.
They walked around.
This deck's been just okay.
Explosives primed.
Yeah, like they're at 19 and I'm like pointing my burn spells at their units. I need to find like running Harrowings here to have a real shot, I think.
Mine is the hand of Noxus.
Go time!
Cut him down.
Up top!
Step away, coward. We ride for Noxus.
Okay.
Knocked and ready.
Rough. Rough.
Noxus.
Let's see what you can do. Is that all?
Runeterra is my format of choice until Magic Rotation. Yeah, probably mine too, honestly.
Gotcha.
Maybe Wizards will make good decisions tomorrow. He says with a laugh, not believing the words that come out of his mouth. My prediction for tomorrow is that Teferi the Time Raveler will remain legal in every Magic the Gathering format. That's my prediction for tomorrow. Is that Teferi will remain legal in every Magic the Gathering format. Teferi has dirt on R&D, yeah. I believe that at this point. Missile Head, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Here's some money, so you'll do some more, maybe. Thank you. I think I'm mulliganing these two and keeping the pets. As a heads up, I had scheduled the next Magic tournament and the Magic tournament series I've been running for this Saturday. So I'm going to be doing a little bit less Runeterra stuff this week to do a little bit more historic to hopefully hype people up to be excited about that. But next week we'll be back to my normal, more Runeterra stuff. I think Marty's estimation there is probably pretty accurate. They're gonna ban the things they suspended earlier and then maybe also suspend Nexus of Fate. Sugio Factory, thanks for the 3rd of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. For keeping me around. So Johnny Darius. So are they an aggressive deck that just hasn't had a play yet? They're gonna play their 2-drop post-combat here? Really? Wonder if Darius is like a finisher in their mid-range deck, maybe? That's a fantastic pickup.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
I'm gonna pass here because they're definitely attacking.
I'll cut them apart. Face me.
Maybe people are signed up for the Open. About 60 last I checked. But the Open also has an entry fee this time around, so I expect more people will sign up last minute. I also would bet people are waiting to decide if they want to play Historic this weekend next weekend based on what happens tomorrow with the ban list. Shout out to Basilisk Rider, by the way, chat. We've actually hit on his trigger 100% of the time in this set. Actual 100%, 6-4. Running hot. We have 7 Shadow Isle cards in our deck that it could miss on. Don't say that. Why'd you have to open your mouth, Hogland? Don't you understand what you just did?
Avarosans, stand together!
I'll try anyone.
Explosives primed.
I also might reassess what our house bans are going to be for Saturday's tournament based on what they do tomorrow. Yeah, this is a solid attack. Old attack for 20. Decimate left over. Okay.
This is our homeland!
So here's a thought, Marty. If I was only going to ban Grazer or Uro, Uro's the one I'm supposed to ban, right? Right? Like I don't think you should probably get rid of both. I think there's also a chance. I think there's a chance Wizards nerf Skrull / Mono Red in Historic tomorrow. So like if they nerf aggro but leave ramp alone. Yeah, I could see BTE going away too. Big agree. Easy mulligan on the Atrocity. Another aggro mirror. Drawing Harrowing, not fantastic. Pretty low chance we live to get here. Although if we do live to get here, having double Grenadier in the opener is pretty good. Peace to you, dude.
There's nothing to fear.
Coming in hot!
We could use a bite.
Try me.
This exchange is good for us. We get a spiderling out of it. I wish this game had more ramp. I'm gonna give you a break to think about what you did. You can come back later and let me know how it felt.
Sure about that?
I think I'd rather play this. It could be right to go double twos, though.
Death doesn't scare me. Run while you can.
Yeah, I agree, serious business. This deck's not playing Elise to level her up.
No one.
Basically never leveling her.
We ride for Noxus!
Fuse is lit!
So,
Explosives primed.
if I untap with
Let me show you what I
3 spell mana, I can Harrowing, right? Oh, they didn't hit with this. That's why they sad face. That's funny. This guy's on our team, chat, I'm telling you. Whew! Nailed it.
For Noxus! I'll handle this myself.
I don't want to count. Attack. I don't know if this attack is good. It's also not my job to figure it out.
Timing is everything. Ready.
So far, the eye would imply that this attack is good.
We have done well. Noxus is proud.
Noxus is proud. Can we do it, chat? Alright, we've been playing for an hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to play until we lose another game or until we hit the next rank. So could play a few more if we streak from here. There's another deck after this. No, I'm going to wrap up after this. So for people that haven't been keeping up with my schedule, I've been shooting to do about 4 to 5 hours live per day, but I've also been streaming every single day. For people that aren't familiar with my personal life, my wife and I just had a third child who is almost a month old. So I'm trying to not be working for a huge segment so she doesn't have to wrangle all 3 kids on her own while she's still recovering for too long. I don't think Atrocity really helps against Brahmanivia. I think I'm going to keep this. We're attacking on evens. I guess Demolitionist kind of sucks. I could mulligan this to try and find a 1. I like the rest of this. Yeah, I think we ditched the demo.
There's nothing to fear.
But spiders? Yeah, the spiders. That's just weird. It's a good pickup.
My arrow won't miss.
I'm gonna skip the block here because I can generate a spider if I attack and trade next turn. Maybe I'm supposed to trade because I'm about to play the 4-3. I could see that.
I'll try anyone once.
Yes! Shout out to Basilisk Rider, continuing to be the nuts. Kinda wish I would have traded now, since they ended up having this. I kind of feel like I don't want to attack with Elise, because while this can't block Elise, I don't really want to let this block her spider. You can find this deck list. Yeah, you can type !RTDecks in chat. It's also available on the stream as an overlay.
Met my pets.
Many legs, not enough mustache.
Many legs, not enough mustache.
Let me show you what I can do.
Any stats showing win-loss compared to play-draw in this game? I don't know. That's a good question. If anybody has a source on that, I'd love to see it too, personally. I would imagine it's quite close. I know anecdotally, play versus the draw feels very similar in this game. But seeing some actual metrics on it would be nice.
I have my orders.
So with the Harrowing rolled up in our hand, we're going to want to take some aggressive trades here.
A true Freljordian welcome. If it's a fight they want. Help is underway. Stay back.
Let's see what you can do.
I'll protect the village.
So I think I'm going to Fervor, kill the spider, hit Braum, try and cut through him. It stops the spider from hitting this. It's so nice to be able to mouse over cards in a digital card game and not show my opponent what I'm looking at, so I can like do my job without giving away information. Yeah, they could have a way to save Braum, but that forces it out of them. This turn, he uses some of their mana at least. Yeah, getting a Fury there seems fine.
You dare! Damn it! Look what you... Oh, this hurts.
Save the homestead.
You always wonder why Arena doesn't mouse over things. It's a half-ass attempt to make the game more similar to paper, where how like your opponent has to like, you see your opponent picking up cards to read them. It's a really, really awkward carryover that's super frustrating as a content producer.
It was right on my tail. Fuse is lit.
Oh, does Hearthstone do that too? I feel like that type of effect is less erroneous in Hearthstone, where you can't respond to things your opponent's doing. If that makes sense.
For the Empire. For the glory of Noxus.
You know, I probably should have kept my 3-power thing since they have 2 X3s.
You gotta believe me. Oh, you and your stories.
Wonder if they're gonna trade Braum for my 6/6/1.
Routes closed.
What's your hurry?
What if I trade off here and then just Harrowing? animation is so good. Oh, it's really good. Silly stun spider. He's never good for me, chat. They're gonna have to trade some things off here, which is nice to save some life. They're gonna get a Poro, but
Good look at you.
they're taking 8 here, which is nice.
Let's see what you can do.
Yeah, it's a better block because this doesn't have Overwhelm. Yeah, Brom's the best anti-aggro champion in the game. I don't think it's particularly close. We're not playing any units out pre-combat.
Deploying!
Remember the objectives.
Yeah, I think we're dead. This means that the Leviathan kills us here.
Artillery barrage!
Yeah, I don't know. Playing this deck and the Heimerdinger deck definitely, like I said, I think even if you don't expect, especially in a game like this where it's pretty affordable to get into other deck cards for other decks, I think it's useful to play the other decks that feel really powerful on occasion, just so you can see what kind of really makes them hum. And both of these decks are they're just okay. Like, if you like the play patterns of them, I think they're great recommendations. And this is one of the things that makes Runeterra such a great game in its current stat. I don't think this deck or the Heimer VI deck are good to the point where you're like, I feel like you have to play these to be competitive. So I think this is a great aggressive choice. I actually think this would be a good recommendation if you're looking for a deck to get into this game. It's a great choice. I think you can play this deck with no champions or less champions. Elise especially is one of the free champions you get. I think you get 2 copies of her to start, so you have some of them already. But in my mind, the standout card in this deck is probably the Harrowing. This is a card that, like, someone called this our Embercleave, and it felt kind of like a good comparison. This is kind of like our big go up over the top card that allowed us to steal games that we were otherwise out of and didn't have another chance of winning. War Mother Control's great. I really liked that one when we played it earlier. That one had play patterns that were a lot of fun. At any rate, remember, if you're looking for this deck list or any of my other Runeterra deck lists, you can find them on my Mobalytics page there. Past deck lists also get uploaded to my YouTube channel, and the links are in the video description for that. That's going to be it for me for today, folks. I'll be back with more Runeterra tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'll be taking off from Runeterra Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because Magic's releasing a new small expansion called Jumpstart. I'm running a Magic tournament on my channel on Saturday, but we'll be back with Runeterra for the next 3 days. So thanks everybody for hanging out, and stay safe wherever out in the world. Peace, folks. I'm gonna hit one more ad roll on my way out the door to meet my quota for the day, but I am done with content for the day.